going to make Taragrams today because our friend Tara has sent us the first cookie recipe to try. It's sort of a caramelized graham cracker. So you're going to need graham crackers. You're going to need a cup of butter, a cup of brown sugar, half a teaspoon of vanilla, which is back here. Vanilla. Half a cup of chopped pecans, which we used in the Which is Faster show, and a baking sheet. I've put a piece of parchment paper inside the baking sheet because I've used parchment paper for everything. So the recipe says to bake it at 350. So we're going to come over here. Come with me. And can you see that? We're going to bake 350 on. See if I can bring you back to where you were because it was such a good spot. We have lovely cloud cover today, so we don't have too much, what's it called? Glare. Alright, so I have to bring you back to the stove. Really, I should think these things through first, but I don't. So we're going to bring you over here to the stove and see if I can get... Okay, so I have had to switch cameras because the one I was using ran out of memory, even though it has plenty, and I tried to fix it, but I have no idea what to do about that. So, the first thing we need to do, we turned the oven on, and now we're going to melt the cup of butter and the cup of sugar together on the stove, the cup of brown sugar here, and we're going to just melt this together, she says, until boiling. So, bloop! Turn that on high. Can you see what's happening in there? Not much yet. So we're going to come back to that in just a moment. I'm going to stir it up. So it starts to get melty and yummy and basically makes caramel. This is the quickie version of caramel. Alright. Now we're going to come back over here and get the tripod and put you on the tripod. Oh, that was very bad. There was all sorts of glare. All sorts of glare. Putting you on the tripod. There. Alright, is it still going? Hasn't been going at all. Oh, yes, okay. So, the first thing we need to do, she says, is to line the baking sheet with the graham crackers. So, like I said, I put the parchment paper down first. So, oh, the oven is ready. I remembered! Alright, opening the graham crackers. I can stand back. Opening the graham crackers. Alright. Ooh. It's boiling on the stove. Hang on! Giving it a quick stir. This is a rather quick recipe. Okay. I'm going to point you down so you can see me putting the graham crackers. She says 1 layer of graham crackers on the bottom of the baking sheet. What have you been up to today? Today is Sunday, so I watched my favorite Sunday morning program almost all the way through. It's not usual that I get to see all of it in one go, which is why I record it, which is the CBS Sunday morning show, because they're very creative about the name. On the other hand, you always remember when it's on. Lost a little piece there. We'll stick that back. La la. I wonder if they're supposed to go this way or the other direction. I don't know. We're going to try it this way. And it looks like we have to break one. 2 to fill this little section over here. I'm gonna, we don't have to fit it like this. There we go. And then half of a quarter to get that last little bit covered. Oh, still too big. There we go. Okay, let's go over and look at the syrup. You see what it's doing in there? It's boiling quite vigorously. So I'm going to give it a stir. I think that is actually, oop, there's still some butter that is not, I think that's about right though. Oh, are you not focusing? Focus. Oh, silly me. It was focusing. I just steamed it up. Okay. Now she says to add in half a teaspoon of vanilla to the hot syrupy stuff. Okay. Oh, and add the chopped pecans to the boiling hot sugar syrup. I need to put on top of something so that you see it at all. Let's see if I maybe move some things and back the camera up. I had another recipe book out. I was going to try. Can you see what I'm doing? Almost. I'm going to try another recipe, which I'll talk about in a minute. So we're going to add about a half a cup of pecans to this sugar mixture. Get my stir thingy and stir this around. Oh, got some crystallization going in the bottom of the pot. I can feel it as I move this around. And then just pour this over the whole thing. Okay. I'll give it a shot. Ooh, I really have to give it a stir. The butter keeps wanting to separate out of this. And so we're vigorously stirring and pouring at the same time. There we go. Stirring and pouring and flopping and mopping. Hopefully you can see all of this without me being in the way, because I'm sure that there's a better way to do that, but I'm right-handed for the most part. Okay, well, we're gonna smoosh this around so that it covers all the graham crackers as much as we possibly can before it gets cold, and we'll be unable to move the caramel around. But this seems to be working. Here we go, smooshing, smooshing. Oh, I hope this is right, Tara. I hope this is what you wanted me to do. Sort of a caramel-covered graham cracker. Oh, smooshing is a little bit not so easy to get it perfectly level and covering every last bit of the... I can't believe this is... So Tara's story is that this is the cookie her mother let her make when she came home from school, when she was in, I think she said, middle school, which means there were no parents around while she was making boiling sugar products on the stove and using the oven. Oh, the good old days when children were allowed to be dangerous. And we all lived without hovering parents because they were too busy working. Okay, well, into the oven we go. And she says to leave it in here for 15 to 20 minutes till it's bubbly. So you may ask yourself, what's that big round thing doing in the oven? It's actually a pizza stone that I leave in there almost all the time because it helps to even out the temperature in the oven. Once the cooking stone gets hot, it retains its energy, so you're using less energy to heat the oven, and it's keeping it more stable. And we'll be back in 15 to 20 minutes to take a peeksy poo. Okay, bye. Okay, it's been 10 minutes. We are going to see, ooh, that's all bubbly in there. Can you see that? I think it's time to take it out. All right, zoom you back out and put you down here so we can see what's going to happen when I pull it out. Ooh, let me turn you down onto the board. Okay, put some hot pads down. Look at that. Ooh, I didn't ask if you were supposed to cut it while it's hot or wait till it cools. So we're going to try and score it right now. I can kind of see where the cookies were laid out. Ooh, it's pulling itself off the cookie though. Well, perhaps not. Perhaps that is just a cookie shrinkage. All right. Oh, this made a mess against the. I think I probably should have put spray down against the cookie sheet where I didn't have the parchment paper. I think this is going to be a problem. So let's quickly run the knife around the edge while it is hot in hopes that it will not necessarily stick quite so hard. Although the caramel does have a great deal of butter in it, so maybe it won't stick. I don't know! We're experimenting! So one of the things I had hoped to do with this channel was to encourage people to experiment. Because I personally feel like there is no failure. There's only ways that don't work. And that is not a personal judgment on anybody when something doesn't work. It just simply didn't work. So you try again. And cutting it while it was hot did not work. All right. So I will come back in a few minutes when it is cooler, because I would seriously burn my mouth if I tried to taste him now, and give him a taste. Braces. Bye. Be right back. Bye. All right, it's been a few minutes, and I'm able to pry a cookie up. It looks delicious. Look at that. Graham grains, very buttery. All right, we're gonna give it a shot. Wow. It's caramelly. It's pecan caramelly, so it's kind of turtley. You know, those turtle cookies. And the graham cracker has retained some crunch. And everything is super buttery and sweet and really, really delicious. This is a very good cookie, Tara. Thank you. Please subscribe down below. And send me your comments and your cookie recipes so we can try them on the air. These are really, really good. I'm going to have some more. So yummy!